You mistake me, my dear. I have the highest respect for your nerves. They've been my constant companion these 20 years. Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Zareth Prevails. Today, folks, I have something special planned. No, I don't. Actually, I'm not like the Emperor, but I do have some footage from the speedrun GAC dry run that we did for developers versus community event that's going to happen in a week. I have the date and everything, and it's not even going to be on the screen. I'll just have to tell you with my mouth. That'll be super interesting. Telling people with your mouth what's next. I don't even know, guys. So it's gonna be fun though. I have some footage of our pretend round. There's a lot of different things that aren't going to actually make it to the final round, so it's not gonna be like the truth exactly, but it's gonna give a good indicator of what we're kind of like looking at. And I can't really talk about strategy too much, but I'm excited for it, and I have a lot of insights, a lot of interesting stuff to tell you, could give you all the details. Before I do that, just want to remind you guys, we're trying to mount the algorithm. We can't do it, I can't do it alone. It's a group mounting, apparently, dear Lord. But if you could just hit that thumbs up button, leave a comment in the comments or under someone else's comment, just something about the algorithm or something that's actually pertinent to the topic at hand, that would be super amazing, guys. And if you haven't subbed yet, I would really appreciate that. I was going to pretend like I just didn't care, like just do the whole nonchalant thing, but that would be disingenuous to the extreme. I really appreciate all of the subs and everything you guys have been giving me. Thank you so much. So that being said, let's actually jump into the video, and as we're doing the before we do the video, because I'll get distracted, let me tell you the dates and the time. So it's going to be on October 26th, which is on a Tuesday, at excuse me, at 6:30 p.m. Eastern time. So come hang out. It's going to be on my Twitch channel, my personal Twitch channel, so you can find the link to that in the video description. If you want to have a notification on Discord of when we start, of whenever I go live on my personal Discord, just join, or my personal Twitch channel, go to my Discord server, which is also in the video description, and go to the information and roles channel. It's on the very top, almost the very first one, and all you have to do is hit the reaction 7, and that's going to give you notifications whenever I go live on my channel. So you'll get a notification there. You can sign up for notifications on my Twitch channel. Don't miss this though, guys. Make sure that you're a family member thinks that you have some kind of medical procedure planned so that you don't miss it. It's going to be 3 hours, going to be very interesting, and I'll fill you in more once we start the video. Whoa, why is there a copy of me up there? That's madness. What's happening, guys, is this is the overlay that we're going to be using. Well, this is an older overlay, but this is the one that we use for the Gambit Fight Nights for our podcast every time. This is my buddy Solobase 15 is on the left, and we have a placeholder there for Celiac Sarah, who was there as our guest on, I think, week 3 of the GAC season. Last GAC season. So obviously older overlay. We're gonna eradicate her part in this. No, no, we love Sarah, but we will absolutely be cutting that part of it out entirely. But that being said, you can see my face is up there. This is, this is how me and Solo operate during our Gambit Fight Nights, and so we're using this overlay now for the practice. Let's just get started here. We've got 0 seconds remaining for the deploy phase. So now we only have 15 minutes to do our attacks. And you can see we both said meme team. So it's my account with a couple random upgrades. Like we did Fennec Shand actually at Relic 9. So stay tuned for her. She's going to try soloing a team. Put her at Relic 9. We also have a droid attack on the Wookiees. Lots of interesting, somewhat entertaining fights, and we're mostly just like laughing. You guys can see we're having a good time because this means nothing. We're just messing around. We put meme teams down so that we didn't give away any kind of indicator of what our plans are for offense and defense. And so we're just trying to run through this as fast as we can, trying to decide exactly what characters, trying to determine like how long it's going to take to do all of our attacks. And so, it's pretty interesting in my opinion. Like the thing that's interesting is how much time it takes. Even a really easy, so we have Lord Vader here, the future torso boy, and he's facing some Jawas, and some of them have high relics, some of them don't, but it's actually kind of fun to watch the Jawas keel over from all of our damage over times, because normally it's the other characters facing them who keel over from all of the thermal detonators. So kind of had it coming, frankly. It's kind of a reenactment of like what had happened if Jawas had stolen Shmi Skywalker instead of Tuskens, And you can see it's a little laggy because Solo's the one who's recording this. I'm the one sending him the footage. And it's just going to have to be like that. I think, I'll be reposting this on YouTube as soon as we're done with the main event. But let me give you kind of the overview of how the event's going to work. So it's going to be 20 minutes set defense. So we're going to get paired and everything. There's 8 groups, including me and Solo is one group. And we get paired up, at random. We're going to each have an account with relic, I think between 15 and 40 relic 9s, and that number will be determined soon enough. And this account is not that, by the way. But, this is my personal account versus someone else's personal account, just as a dry run on a different server. So that's how I have a few relic 9s on here, but not very many relic 9s. That being said, we'll have the relic 9s. We'll have our, fake accounts with relic 9s, and everything else will be relic 8, and that'll be interesting. But we'll be able to remod it and everything in time, and so we'll get paired up in GAC against each other. Sorry, this footage is distracting. I'm trying to stare elsewhere, but I'm getting distracted anyways. Just because I like watching the game itself. Obviously, I'm a fan. Okay, so we'll get paired in GAC. We'll have 20 minutes to place our defenses. So we'll have to block that. People won't be able to see what we're placing because other people will be streaming at the same time. And guaranteed, it's like if we're facing GOM and T-Money or something, they're going, people are going to be watching both streams, and they'll be able to communicate to them what teams we're placing on defense. So in order to avoid that, we are obviously going to need to block what teams we're placing on defense, but we'll still be hanging out. We can't really talk to chat too much. It's going to be a very interesting format. 3 hours is going to be an interesting amount of time to not really engage with fans as we're playing, but we will persevere, I'm sure. Oh, so here they put a full team of Wookiees down. It's a meme team. It's fun. And so, I feel like we were duty bound, actually, to use our droids. What about the droid attack on the Wookiees? You guys can see it reenacted here. This is what happened. So you can see my face disappeared on the top right because the settings changed, because we're just messing around with stuff. I think this isn't even our fault. Oh, that's because they reverted us from a private chat room to the main chat room. You can see Kate's face kind of a little bit there in the middle. She's our opponent right now. We're using someone else's account, but they placed meme teams. We did too. It was fun. Anyways, back to the format. So we'll place teams, defenses for 20 minutes. Then we have 20 minutes to attack. You'll note that we only have 15 minutes to attack in this format. So it's a little bit different, but 20 minutes to attack, and once we make our attacks, everything is final. We get the final score. We'll have 20 minutes to review. So that'll be our 20 minutes to have a breather. Thank goodness we're done for now. And yeah, then we'll rinse repeat. It's like GAC. So we'll get paired again based on win-loss standings, and then that'll be it in terms of you know, and then we'll get paired again so we could make the finals. Well, the interesting thing about this is there are actually 3 developer teams and 5 community teams, and so if me and Solo somehow were able to get to the finals and win, the possibility does exist that the developers would never face us in a match. We just get paired randomly, so we could face content creators all 3 matches, because if developers are paired against each other in the first round, only one would win. And then if the other team lost their match against content creators, then there'd only be one in the semis, and that team could lose, potentially. And, you know, me and Solo would never even face a developer account. I doubt that's going to happen, but it could. It easily could happen. I really hope we get to face some developers, because that's the stuff that I'm truly interested in. Like, are they going to be any good? I just don't know. Oh, you guys see, I wasn't focusing on the fight, and you guys, Fennec Shand at Relic 9 just totally crapped the bed against a bad Old Republic team. Super embarrassing for everyone involved. I told the developers, and they all laughed. They lulled me out of the conversation. No, they didn't care. I mean, it's like 1 point of data, so who knows. But it was kind of disappointing to see Relic 9 Fennec Shand just get extinguished by Old Republic. Just kind of sad. Now, you guys will see in a minute, I actually have a bounty hunter attack on Geos, and I actually just deleted that part because someone has been talking a lot of crap lately and wanted to know what I lost to with against the bounty hunters, or against the Geos. So I told him that I used a bounty hunter team, but I didn't tell him what the comp was. And I just like people to understand that there are consequences for talking a lot of crap, and this is one of them. It's me being petty is what it is. There's not like a good reason for it, but you know, they took a screenshot of the final results here just so that they could say that they beat me, so I don't really feel that bad. So yeah, we're facing Kate right now, and the llama. That's the bounty honeys. That's one of the teams. We're one of the teams. It's the Gambit podcast. Me and my podcast co-host Solo Base 15. And then there's going to be Ranger, who is like the primary guy on Reality Skewed Gaming, RSG. And he's going to be paired up with Heinze, who is one of the biggest Twitch presences on Twitch. And then there's going to be Cubs and Gridden. So, you know, the team is with really good hair. And then, let's see, who else am I forgetting? I know I'm just spacing on someone here. Oh yeah, Gom and Team Money from Operation Metaverse. Gom is actually part of the Gambit Alliance, so he's our good friend. Rooting for him, and until we face him, and then, of course, or until he faces someone that can beat him, then we kind of root for not, because they're going to be some really stiff competition, I think. They always have an interesting take on things. But otherwise, there's going to be 3 developers as well. One of them is going to be Crumb, which all of us all know, and some of us love. Some people don't, because he's a developer, and developers are bad, according to some people. But he's going to be with Sir Loki from RSG. Sir Loki is going to be his advisor. And then there's going to be, let's see, Crazy... Gosh, I had her name just a minute ago. Crazy Excuses, I think. Something like that. She's a developer who used to be a content creator for this game before she took a job with CG and obviously had to stop content creating. She's creating game content. So, Crazy Excuses, that's her name, if I didn't say it right before. So she'll have someone advising her. And then the last person, I forgot their name even. They're not someone in the public eye, so to speak. So, not necessarily someone that anyone really knows, but I'm very interested to see how this all goes. Now, only one person is controlling each account, by the way, just to be clear. So, I'll be controlling it, and my co-host Solo Base will be the one who is advising me, and he's going to be keeping us on track. He actually is really fast. He's a really fast player. I'm not typically super fast at playing. I like to take my time and make really sound, amazing decisions. I mean, he makes good decisions too in game, but I like to take my time. But he's going to either be yelling at me to hurry up, or I'm going to be, just hustling anyway. So you guys will see a novelty here, folks, coming up Don't miss it. This will be interesting. So yeah, you can see the we disintegrated that Brood Alpha, and then we died. So let's see. I think yeah. So we're done. The footage is over with. They ended up actually winning. Gosh, they ended up winning. Here, I'm just gonna rewind just a tiny bit. Let's just go here. Whoa, what's that sound? I have no idea why we keep hearing, why I just heard that lightsaber sound. But I think that's about it, folks. We've got the teams set up. We've got GAC format. It's going to be 3 hours of pure stress for me and Solo. It's going to be a lot of fun, though. So pop on down to Twitch in a week and hang out with us. Let me know in the comments what you think. Who's going to win? Who's going to lose? I'm actually considering doing either like diss tracks for this event and just doing it for all of the different teams, or doing some kind of like power rankings that are kind of like, you know, satire a little bit. I'm not sure. Let me know what you think, guys. Thank you all so much for watching. And remember that in all things, Zareth and the Gambit, not the part that Gom's in, though, of course, prevails. See you in a little bit, guys.